Hello everyone, this is Regs TV. Today I'm just going to make this small collection video showcasing all of my Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends wooden railway items. Yes, as you can tell, it's not that big, and as you guys have probably seen some of my videos that feature that are either remakes or just small videos that show excuse me, I'm not speaking well today, I'm very sorry, of my Thomas Wooden Railway items, and also my Toming / Trackmaster items also. So, I mean, if you follow me on Instagram, you might have also seen some of my other videos and pictures as well. So I thought I went ahead, and because those are the videos that actually have the most amount of views on them, which is pretty surprising, I thought it would have been cool to show my entire collection. Alright, so let's get to it. Starting off with Thomas, Edward, Henry, Gordon, James, Percy, Toby, Duck, Oliver, Spencer, the Big City Engine, or Foreign Engine if you will, Rusty, and this random blue or plastic locomotive that I got at a yard sale last summer. Don't know what it came with, but yeah, it's kind of cool. And so here we move on to my non-rail characters, starting with Bertie the Bus, Terrence the Tractor, Harold the Helicopter, Alfie, the Crosby Station Cargo Truck, a Brio Red Car, a Brio Taxicab, and a Brio Police Car. And then we move on to my rolling stock, starting with Annie and Clarabelle, this Day Out with Thomas event coach from 2016. And we have the Northwestern brake van, or Spiteful brake van if you will. Well, this is actually a custom model that I made about 2 years ago, or I should say about a year and a half ago. If you know a lot about Thomas Wooden Railway, you know a lot about the very rare troublesome brake van. Now this is actually this custom is based off of that particular item because it is so rare. I have never been able to get it, so instead I decided to make my custom model out of just an unpainted box car from the early 2000s. I actually like this one a lot better than just the very rare troublesome brake van, because in the show I believe the rounded roof vans or box cars are more common than the vans or the salt wagons with the pointed roofs. And here we have a rare Toys R Us cargo car that I got from eBay about a year ago, well, a little over a year ago. Then here we have an empty cake cargo car that's missing the cake because I got it from a yard sale. And then a small Brio flatbed, a green Brio truck that's actually missing its other side because I got it from a yard sale, which is kind of a shame because There's no way I could fill it with like anything, like rocks or anything, which is disappointing. And then 2 little plastic cars that I believe came with that little blue plastic locomotive right there. And then here is just 1 green car from the circus train that I got from a yard sale. Because I got it from a yard sale, I only got 1 of the cars, which is disappointing with only 2 figurines. And the only breakdown crane I own is Rocky. And then here are my extra engines, starting with surprised face Thomas, with, even though it's just labeled as Thomas, which is weird because he does have a surprised expression on his face, even though he's just labeled Thomas. That I don't understand. Oops. Alright, and then these 3 Thomases right here, these 3 items, is the 2006 Adventures of Thomas with Winter Wonderland Thomas, Paint Splatter Thomas, yeah, and my personal favorite, Thomas Comes to Breakfast, because I don't know about you, but for the nostalgic reasons, Thomas Comes to Breakfast has always been a classic episode to me. I mean, to me, Season 2 has actually had some of the best episodes. I mean, comment down below what you think about Season 2 and Thomas Comes to Breakfast. Then these other 3 Thomases are actually the CGI 2013 re-release of the Adventures of Thomas. The only difference is that Thomas Comes to Breakfast was sadly replaced with this fish-covered Thomas, which is kind of disappointing. And here is just, well, once again, another yard sale item of It's Just Henry's Tender. I couldn't find Henry's body, which was weird. And it's in pretty bad condition, as you can see. Then here was an old style Percy that I got from yet another yard sale. It had so much paint damage that I decided to actually give it a repaint to make it look like the ghostly Percy. You know, Percy covered in lime, as seen in Ghost Train. Ghost Train is yet another one of my favorite episodes, right next to Thomas Comes to Breakfast. Yet another Season 2 episode, because Season 2 has always been one of my favorite seasons. Then here we have an extra Percy, a new series style Percy from the early 2000s. Then we have a shiny finish of the 60th anniversary Percy. This is yet another 60th anniversary item that I own. That is, once again, about 15 years old, and it's in bad condition because it has a little chip right there on its foot plate. Then here is a very bad and beat up duck that I got from a yard sale. Yes, all about the yard sale items. And the reason why it's more of a darker green than this duck right there is because it was, I mean, most of the paint was so worn out that I decided to repaint it, but the paint was too dark, so I just decided to just kind of keep this and not really use it in any of my videos. So here is an extra duck and just Hero's Tender, and as you might have guessed, I might have gotten it from yet another yard sale, in which I did. So yeah, I got just the tender and not the body. So yeah, that's that. Now let's move on to my figurines, starting with 4 models of the Fat Controller, the Thin Controller, or Mr. Percival, if you will. And then we have 3 Workmen, and the rest of these 4 shorter figurines actually came with an old Brio set that I used to own when I was little, that unfortunately I lost most of the pieces, so all what I really have left are these 4 figurines. And then these last 2 are mysterious yellow figurines that I got from a yard sale about 5 years ago. I'm not sure what they came with, but I think this one's pretty cool because I might use this lady right here as Mrs. Kindly. And I might as well just use this girl as probably just a passenger, I guess. And so here is just some farm animals. And then we get a railroad crossing sign and a stop sign. So yeah, that wraps up all the figurines. Oops, sorry about that. I think I might have stepped on something. Might have stepped on the other models back there. And so here are my character cards. So yeah, not much, just Thomas, Edward, James, and Spencer's character cards. So yeah, that's really all the character cards I own, because these 4 items actually came in their original packaging, in which I was able to receive their character cards from. The rest I just got used off of either eBay or a yard sale. Oops. And last, but certainly not least, my 3 items that are still in their original packaging, starting with this 1996 release of the Instant Systems set number 1. And it's not just the box, the rest of the figurines are in there also, if I'm able to get it open. I hope I can. Hang on 1 second. Oh, there we go. Alright, here we go. So yeah, 8 clickety-clack curve track, and this 1996 Thomas model, 1 school sign and 1 stop sign, and this glossy Workman figurine, and yet another model of the Fat Controller. So yeah. Alright. Second, I have a CGI re-release of the Circus Train. And then, finally, I have this 1998 or 1996 release of the 5-car goods or freight train pack. Yeah, where I still have some more trucks, because as you know, I own way more trucks than coaches, even though that's something I don't really appreciate, because I prefer to have more coaches than trucks. But yeah. And here's just a special edition of Thomas. If you look closely, he has his exhausted or out of puff expression, as you can see right there. And the small pack of character cards that it came with, and a small pamphlet as well. So yeah, that's really my Thomas Wooden Railway collection. I know it's not much, but yeah, I mean, I'm not a hardcore collector. These are just, I quit collecting Thomas Wooden Railway about 2 years ago, and this is what the collection really is right now. So yeah, stay tuned for hopefully some more Thomas Wooden Railway videos coming soon. This is Regs TV, signing out.